What's up everybody, welcome to Inner World Mastery. In this video we're going to talk about the wrist tic. I want to bring some lightness to the wrist tic because when we move our body like this, and those of us that have or have had wrist tics know the frustration and the annoyance and the obsession and the compulsive nature to these movements. But when we move this thing, right? The question I want to ask you here is, where does the movement start from? And we're going to explore that together today. I want to give you some insight on how to go about stopping this wrist tic. Okay, so this is from somebody who's been through living with tics for much of his life and has found a way out of it. And the wrist tic is an interesting one. Quite often, a lot of tics, at least with a lot of the clients I work with all over the world, start their tics usually around the upper energy centers of the body. Usually, most of the time, there's an expression that starts up here somewhere. It's rare that it just starts at the wrist straight away. It could do, and it can do, and some people have like full-on Tourette's that just appear out of nowhere and their whole body's moving. But quite often there's a progression, there's an evolution of the condition through the body, and the tics kind of migrate and change depending on how we relate to the different parts of ourselves. But the wrist tic itself here isn't isolated, right? Some people move it like this, right? Some people like wanting to move out like this, some people need to go like this, maybe the hands need to go, right? When I say need, you know what I mean, right? There's an urge that needs to be satisfied. It's like, oh, I've got to move my hand. And it happens so many times a day that it becomes so habitual, we don't even realize we're doing it. So this wrist tic, follow along with me. This wrist tic, you can begin and move back so I've got some space. This wrist tic, join me. Touch your wrist. Start by beginning to touch your wrist, right? And start noticing, like as you're touching your hand, start noticing how much attention and love that you're giving to your hand. Isn't that a funny thing to say in our matter-based, serious, cerebral world? Love my hand? That's a bit odd. But really, start noticing how you're touching your hand. Are you touching your hand like you are touching a baby's cheek, or are you touching a hand like you're about to pick up a shovel to go digging for whatever reason that is, at a construction site or whatever? So notice how you're touching yourself, because how you're touching yourself is representative of the love that you are unconsciously in this moment deciding to offer yourself. If you naturally are quite hard-handed towards yourself, you might notice that you're getting in, right? Or you can start noticing, actually, I just want to bring some loving attention to this part of my body. So that's the first thing I want you to start exploring. Your relationship to your own body matters on the journey of healing motor tics, vocal tics, Tourette's. A lot of people with this condition might have a lot of love going out into the world, but I'm specifically talking about the love that you're shining on yourself. Right? So this is the first step, exploring and seeing how you're relating to you. The next one is, okay, the wrist. There's different movements that happen. I want you to move into the shape of the tic that you usually do. So maybe it's like a flick of the wrist like this, for example. Everybody's different. I want you to move slowly into the shape of the movement that you usually do. And find the spot where there's kind of like an edge of pain or tension that exists. So I'm trying to moving it around, and I'm trying to find like a spot where it's a little bit painful, but not too painful. That you're noticing that there's tension there. If you're ticking, there's tension in those parts of the body. Tension means there's density. Tension, there's tightness in the ligaments or the tissue. And quite often that tension has been sort of inflamed again and again from all the movements. And we want to find the edge of this this abrasion, this part of us part of the physical body which is in pain. And we want to be with the pain. We want to be with the pain. So let's say, I've got to always flick my wrist out like this. Oh my God. Yeah, just there. That's the spot that feels really good to be with. And then we find the shape of the tic, and we stay with the shape of the tic without moving and doing all the ticking. Stay with the shape of the tic. And breathe. The reason why we make a sound when we breathe out, when we're relaxing, sighing, is to tell ourselves that, oh, I feel safe to express. I feel safe. I'm safe. It literally tells your nervous system to start relaxing, to stop producing adrenaline and start producing the chemicals needed to start relaxation and repair within your system. So we allow ourselves to start relaxing into the edge of the pain. If it's really, really painful, pull back a bit. Right? Find the edge of the pain that you can stay with and still breathe. Like if you push too hard, my breath stops. So we don't want to push too hard that you're not breathing and you're in too much pain, but you do want to find the edge of where there's tension in the body and breathe with it. And if you want, you can close your eyes. And stay with the edge of where the tension is. See, what you're allowing yourself to do in this video is be with the tension, be with the density, be with the tightness in your body. If you're ticking, there's tightness in those areas of the body. So you are, by doing this practice, sharing presence, your most precious resource, love, presence, to yourself in the area of your body where you're experiencing pain. This is the surefire, fastest, most natural, loving, holistic way to heal, to grow, to transform, to become a better version of yourself. And it works in any other aspect of life. We're here just talking about it in the context of motor tics and moving the body into the shape of where the pain is and the obsessive movements happen. But the principle behind what I'm teaching is relevant to everything. Bring your loving presence to you, to the part of you that's in pain, and stay with the part of you in pain until the emotion and the charge releases and you become free from that trauma, that block, that resistance. And you find a way to see differently now that you've cleared the charge, because the shadow brings illusion. So what you might also notice as you stay in your position and breathe, right, is you might notice that, the pain that I thought was originally in an area of the body here, you might notice, actually, it's kind of, what I'm noticing is more of pain or tension down in a different part of my arm. You might even notice there's a connection between your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulders. You might start becoming more aware of the relationships between the different parts of your body, and even your body and your mind. Now this is where it starts getting really freaking cool, because now you can start exploring the relationship between, let's say the more that you start building up the jigsaw puzzle and seeing the nodes and the connections between all the things, you start seeing how deeply connected everything is, and thus you start seeing the experience of love in life more. mind separates everything. It likes to put things into all its separate boxes and compartments. The heart, love, on the other hand, helps bring everything together and realize it's all connected in you and outside of you. So we are here, and you might start noticing that, oh wow, okay, as I stay in this particular position where I know I want to get to with my tics and my movements, and I'm there for like a minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes in the position breathing, you might start noticing that different parts of your body reveal themselves to you, and you might start noticing pain somewhere else. For example, up here. For me, as I do this, I'm starting to notice tension here. I've been doing this kind of practice for a long while. This is one of the many practices that I use and that I teach. But it's all-encompassing and self-empowering practice. For this type of practice, you're not seeking outwards to somebody else for to be fixed, which is what our medical system propagates. We are supporting our own empowerment by going, my love, my attention, my practices with me can help me grow, can help me heal, can help me stop the thing that's bringing suffering to me. And to me, that is the most beautiful, valuable, rewarding deliciousness that someone can teach. It's the reason why I do what I do. It's the reason why I teach what I teach. It's the reason why I share what I share. I'm up for empowerment, empowering the people that I work with and what I offer here on YouTube, not giving you quick fixes or not making you attached in some way, offering with love. So this is one tool, guys. This is one tool, guys and girls. Enjoy. Try it. Give it a go when you wake up in the morning, or when you go to bed, or when you notice yourself that you're ticking a little bit more than usual. Give yourself a little bit of attention. Give yourself a little bit of love. Right? Love makes the world go round, not money. Money might help our economy move, physical objects in the world move around, but love is what really brings about the joy of living. Okay. Sending my love to you wherever you are in the world. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, drop me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll post another video soon. Peace out for now. See you soon.